Okay, I've got as far as this. I'm starting to work my way up the neck. The stitching isn't that great here. I've gone a bit wide in places, and as you can see, it's pulling it all together more on one side than the other. But again, I've got to now where I'm almost running out. It's that close to the top, but I can't continue. So don't forget when you get there, do that thing that I told you about, tying it off. What you have to do when you're whip stitching, each stitch you go a little bit further each time, right? A little bit further each time, a little bit further each time. But when you're doing this part and you're tying it off, go through the same hole again that you've just been through, okay? And then pass it through that loop again and pull it tight. I'll try and do that again. Pass it through the same hole. I've just got enough to get in there, I think. Now if you find you don't have enough thread to allow you to do that, put the other end of the needle in, like that. Okay, so you've already got the thread through the loop, and you can cut it off at the needle and just pull it with your hand without the needle, and that will close it up. I'll do it anyway now just to show you. Okay, I'll cut it off at the needle. Says he, using a blunt pair of scissors. Okay, I can take that needle out, and I've still got the thread through that loop. Okay, I just pull it tight, and that ties it off. Okay. Now I need some more thread. Finish that bit off. Want to get to the top of the neck of that bottle, and then I'll start on the other side. Okay, I've got to where I'm stitching up the other side of the neck now. Okay, but I found that I've got a lot of leather here. Okay, it's going to be loose. So what I've done is I've just folded that one inside, and I've folded the other one over the top, and I've drawn a line up here where it comes. Okay, now I could tuck that in and continue whip snipping along that line, but it means I'm going through 1, 2, 3 layers of leather, and I'm not quite sure how it would go. It would probably be okay, but I've decided to cut it, so I've made that mark there, and I'm gonna see if I can just cut along that line. Like so. Like that. It's being tricky. I'm trying to get through that same hole again there. If you get to a stage where you think you need to manipulate the leather with your hands a bit more, pull it in. It's always a good idea just to tie this off. Okay, and then when you're messing around with it, you're not going to be pulling these stitches back out again and making it loose. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to go through there again through that same hole again. And pass it through that loop like that. And just pull it up. Now that's secure, and I don't have to worry about those threads coming loose. And I can muck around with this leather here with my fingers and pinch it too. And we'll see what it looks like when we've finished. Little saggy and baggy just there, and same here, but you know, on the whole that's not bad, I don't think. I'm pleased with it. I think this side came up neater than the other side because I had more leather here, and I was able to pull the leather together easier. I could have done it this side if I'd have known what I was going to have left over. I'll just take that cork out of there, and we'll trim off the top. Like so. Yeah, that's okay. I'm reasonably happy with that. That's, the idea of putting the leather on here is not necessarily to protect the glass. It's to protect everything else. If I fall and this hits a rock and it breaks, the glass is still inside this leather container, and it's not all going to go through my pack if I've got it in my pack. And hopefully it'll stop it from the broken glass from sticking into me as well. Should I have it in a haversack or something on my side, which would probably be a good place to carry it, which is probably where I will carry it. There's another one I did in brown leather. That was my first attempt. Again, you can see down here it's a bit neater, and that was the first one where it's done inside and then turned inside out. I also stitched the bottom of this one, and then you can see the stitching comes up round here. It doesn't follow a straight line up the side, but that's okay. That's just the way it worked out. It's just the way the leather was. Around here again, not quite so neat. So this one, being the first one I did, is maybe not quite as neat as the second one I did, and that stands to reason. But regardless, they're both functional, and I'm happy with it. That's fine. That's you know, that's what I wanted. They're both covered in leather, and they'll fit nicely into one of my packs. Okay, that's the finished job. Maybe if you make some of your own bottles, you'll finish up with a neater job than I have. But as I said before, they are functional, and if they do break, well, the glass will be contained in this leather. So there they are. There's the two bottles that I've covered with leather. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.